If money always gets more expensive right when you need it most, this video is for you. If every urgent moment in your life seems to come with a higher price, a worse deal, or a decision you regret later, that is not just bad luck. It is not just poor planning either. The economy quietly punishes urgency. And once you see that, financial stress stops looking like a simple money problem. It starts looking like a timing problem with a price tag. You need $300 today, not next month. Your phone dies before payday. Your car breaks down on Tuesday, but rent is due Friday. A missed payment becomes a late fee. A late fee becomes overdraft risk. A small delay becomes a chain reaction. That is how a normal week turns expensive. And this is the part most people miss. The best prices, the best options, and the best terms usually go to people who can wait. If you can wait, you can compare, say no, buy used, delay the decision, or walk away from a bad offer. But when you need money fast or need a solution fast, your negotiating power collapses. And when that happens, everything gets more expensive. The market does not just reward money, it rewards time. That is why two people can face the same problem and get completely different outcomes. One person's tire blows out. They compare 3 repair shops, use a discount, and pay $180. The other person needs the car tomorrow for work, has no backup ride, takes the first available option, and pays $420. Same tire, same city, same week. Completely different cost. Not because one person is smarter, because one person had time. That difference shows up everywhere. If you need furniture right after moving, you buy what is available. If you have time, you wait for marketplace deals. If you need a laptop this week, you pay retail. If you can wait, you hunt discounts. If you need childcare immediately, you take whatever slot exists. If you have time, you choose. Urgency removes selection, and selection is where money is saved. That is the hidden cost I call the urgency tax. The urgency tax is the extra amount you pay because your life does not give you enough time to make the best financial decision. Sometimes it is obvious. Rush shipping, last-minute flights, emergency repairs, late fees, overdraft charges, high short-term borrowing costs. But sometimes it is invisible. You buy at the wrong time. You accept worse financing because approval had to be fast. You keep a bad subscription because the free trial solved a problem this week. You pay for convenience because exhaustion made the cheaper option impossible. You keep paying for speed because speed is the only thing your schedule can still afford. And this is where the story gets uncomfortable. People love to call these bad money habits, but a lot of them are not habits first. They are survival decisions. If you are overworked, mentally drained, always behind, and one surprise away from chaos, you are not shopping in the same economy as someone with spare cash, free time, and recovery room. That is the lie hidden inside a lot of financial advice. It assumes everyone buys from the same position. They do not. The person with a buffer buys with patience. The person without a buffer buys under pressure. And pressure changes price. This is why being broke is often expensive in small, repeatable ways. A $25 rush fee, a $38 late fee, a $70 price jump because you booked too late, an extra $19 because the cheaper option required more time than you had, a 24% interest solution because waiting was not possible, a missed discount window, a missed application window. None of these look life-changing on their own, but together they form a system. and systems beat intentions. That is why someone can feel responsible and still keep losing money in small, frustrating ways. Because the problem is not always discipline. Sometimes your life is structured in a way that forces expensive timing. And once you understand that, a lot of confusing money behavior starts making sense. Why do some people always buy at the wrong moment? Why do some people keep accepting bad deals? Why do some people keep paying for convenience? Why do some people stay stuck even when they are trying? Because they are not just short on money. They are short on time, margin, and decision space. And those are financial assets too. That is why one of the most underrated wealth advantages is not income. It is slack. Slack in your schedule, slack in your bank account, slack in your deadlines, slack in your mental energy, slack in your ability to wait one more day before saying yes. Because once you have slack, urgency loses power over you. And when urgency loses power, your options expand. You compare longer. You choose better. You reject worse offers. You stop buying from panic. That is where a lot of invisible wealth actually begins. Not when you can buy more, when you can wait longer, and this is where most people get it backwards. They think wealth is mainly access to better products, but very often, wealth is access to better timing. The rich do not just buy better things, they buy under better conditions. More time, more leverage, more flexibility, less pressure. That changes everything. So, if your money has felt fragile lately, here is a fast self check. Do you usually make money decisions after something has already become urgent? Do you often pay more because you cannot wait? Do you choose convenience because your schedule is overloaded? Do you delay small problems until they become expensive? Do you feel like your life gives you no room to compare, pause, or walk away? If you said yes to even two or three of those, you may not have a budgeting problem first. You may have an urgency problem. And urgency problems create expensive lives. That is why the first real financial upgrade is not always earning more. Sometimes it is building enough margin that you stop making money decisions in emergency mode. A little cash buffer, a little time buffer, a little calendar space, a little room before the deadline, that small gap can be worth more than a raise. Because once you stop buying under pressure, you stop paying panic prices. And once you stop paying panic prices, the economy stops collecting from your stress. The market does not punish people who are bad with money first. It punishes people who cannot afford to wait.